just made out of Lego block. Just don't play Fortnite. I don't have an Xbox. So come on in and let playtime begin. Well, good day, children. How is everyone today? Thank you for coming to see your old Uncle Howard. If you give me a moment, I'd like to get out of some stuffy clothes and into something a little bit more comfortable. Oh, yes, it's playtime. Time for us to play. Oh, yes, it's playtime. The best time of the day. Oh, yes, it's playtime. Time for us to play. Oh, yes, it's playtime, the best time of the day. Oh, yes, it's playtime, better than a party. And yes, this theme song sounds like Jeopardy! Well, boys and girls, I think your old Uncle Howard is just about ready for playtime together. But I have a question. What all might we be able to do with one another? Any suggestions, any ideas? Nothing? Very quiet. Are we all sleeping? Well, okay, how about we are test pilots in a brand new fast supersonic airplane? Or maybe we could be at the bottom of the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, exploring strange new worlds. Okay, how about we shoot into outer space as astronauts like Neil Armstrong or Jeff Bezos? Or we could be test drive. Oh my, there's someone at the door. I wonder who that could be. Maybe the person, place, or thing at the door could help us decide what to do for our playtime together. Wouldn't that be a coincidence? Can you all say coincidence? Coincidence! Louder, louder! Coincidence! Very good, I knew you could do it. Funny thing about coincidences, they always seem to happen at the same time. We better go see who's at the door. Come in and why, look, everybody! It's Snippy Whistlepants, our local mailman.
We at the post office like to say mail person.
Isn't a male person a man? Anyway, thank you for coming, Mr. Whistlepants. What great tidings have you brought for us today?
Well, hello, Uncle Howard, and hello, children. Oh, sorry to interrupt your playtime, but your book of fairy tales just arrived.
Oh, thank you! Thank you! Oh, listen, before you go on your third shift, would you mind helping me teach the children our favorite sing-along song?
I would love to. Will we be singing along with music?
$10 a seat at the house? What are you dreaming? No budget. Okay, come on. Let's all sing the sing-along song, okay? Here we go. Okay, everybody, it's time for the sing-along song. You don't know the words, so you can't join in. It doesn't rhyme, it doesn't flow. There's no recognizable pattern, so you don't know. But every time we sing the song, it's a little bit different, and that's the sing-along song. I can't recall how many times we've sung that beautiful song together.
We sound more beautiful each time we sing it. I think.
Oh, thank you for my new book, and thank you for coming. Okay, boys and girls, how about we read a story from our new storybook? What do you say?
Sounds like a wonderful idea to me.
Okay.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Whistlepants. Isn't he a wonderful mailman? Oh, you know, he works very hard. Usually the mail is just ripped into shreds in the little slot in the door, but he does work on Sundays, just so that nice Mr. Bezos can go to outer space. So if I could just find my reading glasses, I think we can begin. Here they are. These will be perfect. I think these are all on. I can't even see anybody. You look lovely right there. Okay, let's find the right glasses. Wrong pocket. That was my problem. Here we go. Reading glasses. Oh, I can see perfectly now. Okay, what did I do with the book? Oh, there's the book. Okay, here we go. Don't fall on your butt there, Uncle Howard. Table of contents. Now, just yell out if you see anything or hear anything you might be interested in. Dinosaurs, Martians, monsters, Morlocks, Eloys, Hollywood, Bollywood, politics. Oh, no, here's one. Here's one, page 62. Here's a story about a strange little fellow with a very pretentious middle initial. Can you say pretentious? Pretentious. Oh, I knew you could. Okay. Our first fable is entitled The Story of Rumpelstiltskin. Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Eve who lived on the other side of town. She loved all kinds of music, especially rap and hip-hop. She dreamed of someday becoming rich and famous as she dropped fresh beats down, smoothed out the R&B tip. Eve was great at spinning records. She would spin all day long and sometimes even late into the night. She thought of calling herself Cinderella, but that would be too obviously and predictable even for this story, but there are many copyright issues and legal issues to contend to, so Eve decided against that name.
Maybe I'll call myself Fresh Princess. Skittles? Dizzy. Lazy. Dr. Zhivago. I don't know.
You see, Eve was very talented as a DJ. She wasn't very good at naming things. She once had a cat she named Doggy. Her other problem was that although she knew that she wanted to be rich and famous, she didn't know exactly how to go about doing it. She thought about doing well in school, practicing her DJ and record spinning skills every day, and getting involved with local groups and organizations that shared her love of music. But then, she thought,
all of those ideas seem too obvious to me. I must be missing something. I better try some harebrained idea instead of using a proven method of success. I wish I could take a simply as easier, but possibly more dangerous path to achieve my goals. If only a mysterious stranger would appear from nowhere with a proposition too good to be true.
Just then, a mysterious stranger appeared from nowhere with a proposition too good to be true.
I just said that.
Well, hello, young lady. Well, I couldn't help but overhear you from behind the plant outside your window about your problem. I can help you become famous overnight.
You can help me become famous overnight?
I just finished saying that. Was there an echo in here? Yes, I can help make you famous overnight.
But how? Who are you anyway?
Well, I'm your fairy PR man.
PR?
Public relations. What I do is make people famous. You know, make sure that they see you on television and read about you in the newspaper. Now, if you have these special talents, if you don't have any special talents, don't sweat over it. It didn't stop any of those YouTubers from becoming famous. At least I think they're famous.
Actually, I do have a talent. I'm a DJ. I spin records. I keep it real.
Really? That's great, kid. I hear vinyl's making a comeback. Like high gas prices. But we still need a hook. We need a gimmick. Gotta have a gimmick. Now, come on, listen. You spin record. No, we got that part. You spin gold records. No, wait. You spin vinyl records into gold records.
But I can't spin vinyl records into gold.
Not to worry. You let me handle all the finer details. Now let me get to work. I have to get you featured in all the trade magazines, Variety, Backstage, Billboard, Field and Stream, Highlights magazine. That's what I get paid to do.
But I don't have any money to pay you with.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement. Goodbye for now.
But wait, I don't know your name.
Names are so formal. Now let me get to work. Hello, the media?
And so the stranger was true to his word. As sure as there's rain in Seattle, Eve was a household name practically overnight. Her name was all over the news.
After me about Little Tailor, we'll go glad to tweet about it.
Read all about it. Group goes gaga for gangsta girl. Extra. Read all about it. Newspapers deemed obsolete. Extra, read all about it.
Of course, no one in the kingdom actually reads newspapers. No one actually saw the gold itself, but evidence and scientific proof have no place in modern society. So, after a few well-placed Instagram ads and a couple of celebrity endorsements, combined with the fairy PR's magic, everyone believed the story, even the king himself, Larry King to be precise.
Gold records out of nowhere? She's better than Kelly Clarkson. I gotta have her on my show. Book me this Eve for tonight's show.
Yeah, as you wish, Your Highness. I'll get right on it. Hey, you, new kid, come on over.
Yeah?
You heard the guy. He said we gotta get Eve for tonight's show.
You mean the evening show? The evening show. You mean the evening show? I don't know.
And so that evening, Eve was booked to appear on King's talk show.
Thank you for coming tonight on such short notice.
It's my pleasure.
As you know, our show is broadcast live throughout the entire kingdom.
Yes, I know. It's so exciting.
My subjects could use something to lift their spirits and take their minds off the war. The chicken war. We lost a lot of good men in our battle with Chick-fil-A. We're also simultaneously in a ratings war, and my popularity isn't what it used to be. Which is why I want you to perform your talent live, right here on my show.
You mean?
Yeah, I want you to lay your hip-hop beats down with your records and spin them into gold. With the ratings we're sure to get, I'll be rich.
And the people?
The people? Yeah, sure, they'll be fine, I guess.
But I can't spin.
Sight tells you. Oh? Well, if you don't, I'll have you banned from every television show and podcast in the kingdom, and I'll expose you as a fraud.
Just 1 minute, Your Highness. My client isn't in the charity business. She won't spin gold for free. But I'll tell you what, if you sign this contract, my client agrees to spin 1 record into gold live on your show. In return, you agree to marry her and make her the next Mrs. King. In marrying her, she becomes queen, and therefore half of your kingdom becomes hers.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Let me see this. There's a lot of stuff written in this contract that I don't understand.
Well, it's your usual contract, you know, the usual agreements and clauses.
Aha! What's this?
Oh, that. Well, that simply states that if one of the parties signing the contract is not of sound mind, then the contract is no good. It's called a sanity clause.
Ah! You can't fool me. I happen to know there's no such thing as a sanity clause.
I said Happy Hanukkah. I said sanity clause, not Santa Claus. I think you're fabulous. I love your work. But you're a little early, about 2 weeks early. Do me a favor, go home, have some hot cocoa, come back in about 2 weeks, and don't forget to bring me a hash truck. Now, sign the contract. You too, Eve.
Okay, I'll sign.
And so the king signed the contract, as did Eve. And King Larry left to get into makeup, leaving the stranger and Eve alone in the green room.
Now what?
What are you worried about? Have I ever let you down before?
Well, no. But I just met you yesterday and I haven't put you to test yet.
Just go get into makeup and get ready to spin for the cameras.
Welcome to Larry King Live. With Better Dead Baby Yoda from Mandalorian. And with Mule to the Dead Ben Platt. And Hip Hop the Taken Eve.
As promised! When it came time for Eve to perform in front of the cameras, she started to rap and spin her hip-hop feet. As she did, the vinyl record on her turntable magically turned into gold right in front of everyone's eyes. After the show was over, the mysterious stranger met with Eve backstage once again in the green room.
Well, Eve, I must leave you now. My work is done. You are now rich and famous, just as you wished. So until such time as your first child is born, I shall bid you farewell.
My first child, but I don't understand.
Oh, you don't understand? Well, you see, it's all in the contract you signed. It's right there, in the fine print.
Eve read the contract a little closer, and there in the tiniest of letters, it said that Eve's firstborn child must go to the mysterious man as payment for helping Eve become rich and famous. About a year had passed, and Eve the queen had her first child. And sure enough, that mysterious man showed up again on the steps of the palace.
My, how time flies! I'm here to pick up my payment.
Not so fast.
You see, unbeknownst to the mysterious stranger, since she was now queen, Eve had access to the finest lawyers in the kingdom. So she was able to find the one legal loophole in the contract that she had signed.
I found the one legal loophole in the contract I had signed.
I thought I just said that.
Oh, no, not a loophole.
Not just any loophole, the loophole. And I quote, if the party of the first part, that's me, discovers the name of the party of the second part, that's you, then the party of the first part gets to keep the party of the third part, that's him.
Well, that's not going to be as easy as you think, Eve. I mean, you can't even come up with a name for yourself. What makes you think you're going to guess my actual name? Go ahead, try me. I'm not scared.
And so Eve tried to guess his name.
Bob. Todd. Justin.
No.
Mortimer.
Nope.
Sal. Pikachu. Donatello.
No.
Give me a name, somebody. Throw out a name.
Joey.
Joey.
No.
Another name, please.
Nope.
What? Jackie.
How about Donald?
George.
No.
George.
No. You're all wrong. Don't help her.
Monkey. Bubble Pop-Tart.
Eve spent hours thinking of all sorts of names, but had no luck. As hard as she tried, Eve could not guess the mysterious man's name. At one point, she ran out of names and just started saying words that weren't even names at all.
Apple. Moon unit.
No.
Tactile. Mission control. Kryptonite. Spoon.
She went on for 2 full days. By the end of the second day, Eve was out of ideas.
Well, if you're about finished, I'm going to go home and get some shut-eye. I mean, listening to you guess my name for 2 days can make a guy tired. Now, I'm coming back in the morning to pick up your child. Don't make me wait. I got a bunch of leaves in my yard I need the kid to rake.
What am I going to do?
Oh, what's wrong, my queen?
Oh, Larry, if I don't guess the name of that mysterious man, he's going to take our child away.
Well, you know, whenever I'm looking for answers, I always turn to someone that I trust. Someone that's there any time of day or night to help me answer those tough questions.
Yes, my parents. They're always there with the right answers.
Actually, I was referring to Google.
Well, I guess an internet search couldn't hurt.
And so the king and queen went to the royal computer room to perform a Google search. The next morning, the mysterious man returned.
Hello, I'm back. Let's make with the kid already. Hello. There we go.
Not so fast. Mr. Stiltskin. Mr. Rumpelstiltskin. The third to be precise.
You guessed my name! Impossible! That's it? Kind of a letdown.
What do you mean?
Well, look at him. I mean, the hair, the overly long red tie, all the mannerisms, the shady business contracts. I mean, even his name.
You guessed my name, but how?
We got your personal info from Facebook.
Oh, Zuckerberg! Curse you! You said my information would be safe!
And now the not so longer mysterious man was, with the pretentious middle initial, left the kingdom never to be seen again. And the king and queen lived happily ever after. And as for Rumpelstiltskin, well, he dropped his middle initial last name and reinvented his public image. He went into real estate and can now be seen as a judge on the latest reality TV show, Celebrity Bowling. The end. Well, boys and girls, did we like that story? Yes. Would you like to hear another story? Yes. All right, now whatever should we pick? Let's see. Oh, who here has heard the story of Cinderella? Lovely, the two in the front. So, this story of Cinderella is a little bit silly. Hang up your hats. Whoops-a-daisy. Bad pillow. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Cinderella who lived with her two stepsisters. Every night, the two stepsisters would get dressed and go out into town where they were popular cleaning ladies.
We better hurry up or we're going to miss getting to the palace on time.
Oh, yes! We're going to get there and clean those toilets before the guests arrive.
Yes, it's our duty to clean. Get it? Duty to clean.
Not just
Our duty to clean.
Duty! Oh, how low it sunk.
Cinderella would stay home and not lift a finger. She just sat on the couch all day and night watching television and texting her friends on her cell phone, which, by the way, her sisters paid for.
Oh, if only there was something to do in this town for a bright, motivated young girl with an inflated sense of entitlement, such as myself.
She thought quietly as she took selfies on her smartphone. Just then, Cinderella heard a strange sound.
Yoo-hoo, Cinderella, I'm calling you. Yoo-hoo, Cinderella, I'm calling you. Was that my cell phone? I don't remember downloading that ring. It is I, your fairy godmother. Quit staring at your phone, I'm right over here. Well, it's about time. Okay, do your magic. Give me the extreme makeover treatment. What's that, dearie? Oh, you know, new hair, new gown, new shoes, the whole 9 yards. And you know the rest. I meet the prince, it turns midnight, yada, yada, yada. I live happily ever after. Oh, sure. I'll give you the dress, the shoes, and all the other stuff. You just have to sign this contract. Us fairy godmothers can't be too careful now. rights, you know. If we don't, who will?
This is beginning to sound familiar. Wasn't there a contract in the first story?
It's a literary technique called a running gag. Well, personally, I call it lazy writing. Actually, some people who like to think they're smarter than they really are will argue and call it irony.
Oh, you mean like my breakfast cereal full of iron and minerals? Irony.
You're not very bright, are you? Would you sign the contract, please? Sign it back there, yeah. Ooh, good. Everything looks in order. Now, abracaboogies. What to wear, what to wear. Let me see. How about something in green? No, too showy. How about something, in a strapless gown? Oh no, the weather report said it's going to be chilly tonight. Wouldn't want you to catch a cold now, would we? Hey y'all, what do you think? What do you think she should wear to the ball tonight? Just shout it out, give me some ideas.
Silver.
Silver's a great idea. A gown, yes, what kind of gown though? What kind of other ideas?
Something that she feels comfortable in and doesn't force her to reach the unrealistic expectations thrown upon her by male society.
That is very au courant. However, wait, I have an idea. I saw it in the latest issue of Sullen Teen magazine. Hocus Pocus.
Oh, isn't this lovely? I saw something just like it on one of those award shows. Ooh, I love everything you've given me.
Perfect. And now, in return, here are the craftsperson professional tools, 133 in all, that you agreed to sell by midnight tonight. Oh, it's quite a bargain at $2.99 a set.
I have to sell all these tools?
Yeah, by midnight tonight, it's in the fine print of this contract right now.
I should have paid more attention to the first part instead of watching Netflix and lying around.
Oh, you won't be doing any more of that now, will you?
What, watching Netflix?
No, lion. Because also in this contract is a lion clause. You know, like King of the Jungle, Cowardly Lion.
Oh, another running gag.
No, just a bad joke. Well, actually, the real purpose of this contract is to motivate you to get off your lazy behind and quit lying around. So, in this particular case, it is irony. And, for a further ironic twist, the one person in this kingdom who has enough money to buy all that stuff from you and who knows a little something about lousy contracts is the very one that you want to meet tonight.
You mean the prince? The prince.
You got it.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Well, it does help move the plot along. Oh, yes! What are we waiting for? Let's get going! Off to the ball!
And so Cinderella and her fairy godmother went off to the ball. Meanwhile, at the palace, the prince, whose real name was totally unpronounceable, so it's just known as a symbol, was speaking with the Prime Minister as they waited for the ball to begin.
Thank you for arriving so quickly, Prime Minister.
Oh, think nothing of it, my prince. Your Highness, as your Prime Minister, may I minister some primes for you?
Very well then.
Oh, yes! 2, 3, 5, 7. Numbers that are prime. Optimus Prime. Amazon Prime. Oh, they're good. USDA beef, that is. Louis Primer, just a little.
That's enough of that.
But sir, please don't cut me down in my... Of course, if you did, I would have to go all primeval. All right, they did laugh. Clearly, I'm past my prime. As you were, sir.
Are you done?
Quite.
Okay. I want to turn your attention to my finances. I was going over my tax returns, and this can't possibly be right. Okay, my fortune's run into 8 figures.
Yes, but if you look, you'll see that all of those figures are 0.
Oh.
And 0 is not a prime number, so I would be unable to assist in this situation. Jagged little pill to swallow, but there you are. Ironic, don't you think?
It's like purple raying on your wedding day. What am I going to do? My royal subjects are outside the gates yelling angrily about all those social services I had to suspend. And let's not start talking about the drinking water.
Oh, but Your Highness, if you do not secure some major funding, the kingdom will not have a balanced budget by the deadline of midnight tonight.
So I have to find a rich heiress to marry before the clock strikes 12. Don't you agree, Prime Minister?
Yes! That's a perfectly logical thing to do in this situation. Well played, sir. Well played. Might I suggest, though, that this time you find someone whose time you would enjoy spending with, someone you can get along with.
True. In the meantime, though, I'm going to party like it's 1999. After all, I am the prince.
Oh, well, it's your party, sir, and I hope the guests are arriving.
As the guests started to gather in the palace ballroom, Cinderella caught the attention of the prince. They danced and talked and danced. But every time the prince wanted to talk about having fun, such as going swimming, or horseback riding, or new fashion trends like raspberry berets, Cinderella would change the subject to the advantages of an 18-volt cordless drill over a 12-volt cordless model. Whenever the prince wanted to forget about politics, budgets, and other princely responsibilities, and simply tell a funny joke. Oh, of course, it didn't help that the prince was self-absorbed and wasn't listening to a word Cinderella was saying. Just then, the clock struck 12.
Oh my, I must go.
Cinderella ran out of the palace, leaving behind her cell phone. And the prince ran after her. And the prince ran after her.
Oh.
Little did Cinderella realize her cell phone was found by members of the royal cleaning crew during the night shift. They had an excellent lost and found department at the castle. Cinderella.
Dearie, you use this. I don't think so.
We don't have to be rude about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm keeping it.
Thief!
Cinderella returned home and back to her old ways of sitting on the couch and watching Netflix. Then there was a knock on the door.
Come in. I wonder who that could be.
Hello, young lady.
Oh, I know you. You're the prince.
Yes, it was the prince! True love had conquered all. The world became alive with the music of romance. The birds and bees sang out. 1,000 stars shined down upon Cinderella and a handsome prince, like 1,000 sparkly bears.
Young lady, I have here...
Yes, I know. My cell phone. Yes, of course I'll marry you.
No. Actually, as a matter of fact, I have these assorted brushes for sale.
Brushes?
Yeah, you see, when I couldn't balance the budget, my subjects revolted, and there was a recall vote to kick me out of office.
They can do that?
Not really, since people in the kingdom don't actually vote for their royalty. I mean, 40% of the kingdom thinks it's a rigged election anyway. But there were more of them than me, and they all had torches and pitchforks. but they're still great people. Well, anyway, I had to make some money fast, so some lady with a wand now has me selling these brushes door to door.
And so Cinderella learned to be herself and not something she wasn't. She didn't go back to work. She stayed true to herself by reverting back to her lazy ways. And as for the prince, he learned that if things don't go your way at first, just complain and complain until finally things go the way you want. As it turned out, the person elected to be the replacement prince was not born of the kingdom, and therefore could not be allowed to hold the position. Or at least that's what the original prince had told his subjects. The people tried to amend the kingdom's constitution, but they didn't get very far. Finally, it was determined by the royal court that the prince could have his old job back so long as he just stopped whining. I guess the moral is, be yourself and complain a lot. I know it's not a very nice moral, well, but they're not very nice people anyway, so it all evens out in the end. Well, boys and girls, did we like that story of Cinderella? Little different, I think, little sillier. How about one last story before we go? It's getting close to bedtime. One more story, yes? Okay, maybe something with a little action and adventure and, giants! Would you like action, adventure, and some giants? Okay, riddle me this. What do you call a person who makes clothing?
Tailor.
Tailor! Very good, wherever that came from. You must be paid off. Can everyone say Tailor?
Tailor.
Smile! Tailor!
Tailor.
Look at that, Nova. I taught you how to laugh and smile. I tried. Does anybody like the original Planet of the Apes movie? I do. Okay, our final fable is entitled The Brave Little Tailor. Once upon a time, there was a small tailor. His name was James. James the tailor. He was only 5'7".
5'7.5".
Okay, 5'7.5".
It's important.
Anyway, the tailor was always wished that he were tall.
At least 5'8". It would really be nice.
Because he was always picked on.
Except for the basketball team. Never pick for the basketball team. Try being 5'7.5".
Would you please stop interrupting? What do you think this is, Congress?
Sorry.
Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the little tailor was smaller than most. He was always being picked on by everyone.
Look how short he is. He's shorter than Kevin Hart.
I laugh at his general direction.
Martin didn't even compare about only the children's.
What?
You were small today.
Even the flies would pester him, especially when he was eating his lunch of a mustard and jelly sandwich. One day, there were 7 flies buzzing around his head all at the same time as he was trying to eat.
Stop buzzing around my head. I'm trying to eat.
I thought I just said that. In any event, the tailor could stand it no longer, and with a quick swat, he managed to silence all 7 flies with one blow.
Listen to that. No more buzzing. Pure silence. Just like about the reaction to half these jokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I toppled all 7 with one blow. This is amazing. I'm going to tell this feat to the world.
And so with his tailoring skills he acquired through a 6-week online course, the little tailor fashioned an oversized shirt advertising his great feats. So wearing his new shirt, he went into the world for a bit of shameless self-promotion.
Say it with me. 7 with with one blow. Oh, yes. Say, Mr. Pirate, I think your sign is missing a letter.
Aw.
Yeah, that's it.
As the tailor walked in the world looking for anyone who would listen to his story, he came upon a giant.
Are you a giant?
What do you think?
Oh, well, even for me, you seem a little small for a giant.
It's a pituitary gland thing.
Oh, okay. Listen, I've had height issues my entire life. Maybe we can share notes after I come back from telling the world about my terrific feats. See ya.
That sounds wonderful, and I'd really enjoy that, but I can't let you pass.
All right.
Oh, you want to play rough? You want to play rough? Yeah, you don't look so big now.
Why can't I pass?
No one's ever asked that question. Well, you see, being a giant and all,
Yeah.
I'm a member of the local Giants Union 131, which means I can only allow fellow giants to pass.
No exceptions? None?
Let's consult the Giant Handbook. All right. Let's see. The golden geese, beanstalks, things that rhyme with thumb. Geese Rutherford. Wait, there it is. According to this, I can only let fellow giants or creatures capable of giant-like feats pass.
Would 7 with one blow count?
7? 7 with one blow? That is an amazing feat. Oh, very well, you may pass. Besides, if I denied you passage, I would have to fill out a very detailed report. And this being the end of my shift, I don't feel like doing all that paperwork this late in the day.
But this is great! My name is James the Tailor. Let's be friends.
Ho, ho, ho. Okay.
You've got a friend.
Come on!
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you gotta do is call. And I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be. You do it.
That's a big hill. Maybe if we weren't singing.
Maybe if you weren't so old. All right. You know, giant.
My name is Gene. It's Gene.
You, Gene?
Me, Gene.
Well, you know, Gene, I got a feeling that we're going to come across a white castle. And in that white castle, there's going to be a beautiful princess who will become my wife once I perform 3 incredible tasks.
You're dreaming. Wait a minute, stop.
Is that onions?
You know, I think it is. I think it's onions and old socks.
And just
What could it be?
Just then, a white castle did appear.
I don't understand a word she's saying.
Welcome to White Castle. May you take my order, please.
Are you the Burger King?
Do I look like a king? I am the Burger Queen. You there in the t-shirt? Come close. Ooh, my 7 with 1 blow. Ooh, and you managed to capture this one alive. You are mighty indeed.
You didn't catch him.
Gene, it's me.
I have a task for you. Since you are so mighty as to tame this one giant and topple 7 other giants with 1 blow, you shall marry my daughter after you perform this one task.
You were wrong. You said 3 tasks.
3 tasks. However, the story is getting a little long and it's only an hour show. So we're going to cut to the chase. You shall capture and bring back to the kingdom the magical turkey perdu, which ironically looks very much like a chicken.
And so the two went out to capture the bird. But since the bird could fly, for you see it was a magical turkey. Turkeys don't normally fly, neither do chicken for that matter. It flew too high for the little tailor to reach. However, since the giant was slightly taller, Jean was able to capture the bird.
Yes! Yes! Jean! Flip me the bird! Jean, we did it!
No, James, we did it!
Pretty sure that's what I said.
When the two returned to the castle with the magic bird, it was Jean whom the queen asked to marry her daughter, since it was Jean who technically captured the bird.
Man. Oh, thank you, Brave Giant, for capturing the magic turkey. We have extra guests coming for holiday dinner, and we weren't quite sure how to feed them.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jean Giant, you should be rewarded for your great deed.
But, Princess, I know that I really barely know you. I don't know you at all. We may have nothing at all in common, but I just have to tell you, I love you. And all I can think of is saying how sweet it is to be loved by you.
Oh, that's sweet, baby James. And you are brave, Mr. Giant, but I don't think I can marry you after all. First off, I'm a strong, independent woman capable of deciding whom I choose to marry. Secondly, as per the bylaws of the Federal Union of Princesses, to which I belong, it states that in the event I do choose to marry, it should be to a person of equal height or close in height to myself. And I am only 5'6".
That's a pituitary gland thing.
Sure, 5'7". Go ahead, be 5'7". Oh, woe is me.
Oh, but wait, dearie. What about your royal shoes?
But if I wear my royal 3-inch heels, that should make me, close enough.
As it turns out, the princess was too short for the giant, but she was the perfect height for James the tailor.
Hooray! Hooray.
And so the little tailor and the princess were to be married instead. And the giant, well, he was asked to join the kingdom's Olympic basketball team.
Well, I guess it all worked out according to my plan. James gets to marry his perfect-sized princess. I get to play in the Olympics and get all those sweet endorsement deals from all the sporting goods companies in the kingdom. Finally, somebody's going to make sneakers in my size.
Your little plan? How can you take any credit for James and I getting married? You didn't do anything.
Well, didn't I? Didn't I, Your Highness? Didn't I?
No, you didn't! You didn't let James capture the bird. You did it yourself in the hopes of marrying me. You said so yourself when you returned to the castle. I'm glad you can marry me instead of James.
Well, I guess things are darkest before the dawn.
I mean, what is that supposed to mean?
You aren't making any sense.
I don't have to make sense. I'm a celebrity now.
And so, in a manner of speaking, everyone lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is, size does matter when it comes to the size of one's heart. The end. Well, boys and girls, that's all the stories we have for today. It is running a little bit late, but as they say in the theater, that's all she wrote. So have yourself a wonderful holiday season, and we will get together soon. What's that? Oh yes, I have to stay behind and do some chores, but we'll be playing new games together next time. I have one for you. Next time we will be playing Squid Game together. Bye-bye.
like jelly.